Good morning, shit sticks and pond life. Today, I'm going to welcome you into another video on Ready or Not. And this one, we're going to be taking a deeper dive into CQB, tactical movements, and how to breach, etc., etc. In the description, I'll leave some timestamps as to where to skip to and whatnot. But without just chatting shit for an overly large amount of time, should we just jump in and start with the difference between flash, gas, and a stinger grenade, and when you should choose to use either or. Alright, see you in there. Okay, so we go into grenades. We've got a flashbang, a gas grenade, and a stinger. So a flashbang is much like it is on every game. Alright, it flashes them and it blinds them for a short period. Gas grenade, you guessed it. You pull the pin, you chuck it in, and it spits out some gas. They start coughing and spitting and throwing up, and then you go in and fuck them up. Stinger grenade, right? Think of it like a frag grenade, but instead of fragments, it chucks out rubber balls, alright? You know, it hurts, hits them in the nuts, it fucking kills. They're sat there chucking down all their fucking weapons and stuff and going, alright, I'll give up, I'll give up. But there's a time and a place for all of them, okay? So if we look at this room, for example, I've already cleared it. Alright? Well, I haven't, we got a civilian right there. Okay, so, look in the room, we've got so much cover, yeah? So we've got these different shopping things here that hold all your shopping bits and items on and whatnot, right? There's so much cover in here. So it would be pointless to chuck in a stinger grenade, because the stinger's going to land there and go boom and hit the sides.
Cool, right?
So the blast radius is going to be from here to there and from here to over there. Look, it's not worth it, is it? Now, if you chuck in a gas grenade, you've got a rather large area for the gas to fill. Alright? Not ideal. You also need to consider whether the bad guys are wearing gas masks or not. Because if they're wearing gas masks, it's a pointless fucking effort to fucking chuck in a gas grenade. They're just going to shoot you on the spot. Now, flashbang. Much the same, right? The blast radius is going to be covered up by these bits on the side. So what's the best grenade to use? Well, that's up to you. Personally, I would use gas. Because you've got all this area for it to try and fill, granted. But most of this inside center bit is going to get filled, so you're going to be safe. So I would use a gas inside this bit here. Alright? Right, let's move away from him because he's making a shit ton of noise. Right. A small little area like this little room here, yeah? So this room, you could use a stinger. Because the guys, or you, would chuck a stinger in and probably aim for that bit there, right? You do that, this is going to happen, right? So you sat here, you're ready to go in and fuck shit up. Pull the grenade. Chuck it in. You go in and fuck shit up, yeah? You kind of want it to bounce into the middle or behind this bit. You can already see that this bit here is clear, can't you? You already know that's clear. Because you've gone in, you've had a look, you've peeked, and you've been like, alright, there could be someone behind there. So you chuck in a stinger grenade. He's going to be sat there going, oh, ow, 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 you've hit me in the nuts. And you just go in and either arrest him or fuck him up with a few lead. Cool. Right. Another example, right? Let's go up to a door and wand it. So we're going to wand it. We can see that there's a center section here, which separates the whole building. I can see some feet, so that could be enemy.
Big time, dog.
Judging by the way his feet are moving, I don't think he's enemy. I don't know. Alright? You've got this open space there and open space there. Personally, I would use a gas grenade. Alright? So we're going to open the door. As soon as you hear it start doing that, you're good. As soon as you start hearing it hiss, you're fine. Jump in, start fucking shit up. Happy with that? Good, I am. Alright, let's arrest this fucking geezer.
Let me go.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
We have a civilian in our custody.
Okay, you've got an open doorway here, look. You could use a flashbang. I mean, technically,
These cuffs are too tight.
you know, if we're going real life, the lights are on in there. Flashbang's pretty fucking pointless. Plus, a flashbang doesn't actually blind you as much as what they say it does. It literally just goes bang, right? But this isn't real life, this is a game, right? Alright, so we're looking in there, and we can see that it's got a relatively open space. You're not going to want to move too close. Stinger goes in. We wait. Making sure we're clear the gas blast radius. Right? Walk in. Frup, frup, frup. All clear. All happy. Yeah? ideal. Now, the reason I use the stinger is because it's a wide open space. You're going to hit everything that you want to with this, yeah? There's nothing overly covering it up a huge amount. Right. Walk through here. Okay, we've got something in there, right? Now, I'm going to peek it. Pretend I haven't peeked it, but, you know, we're going to peek. Right, tiny little space like this. All right, well, let's just assume that they haven't got, like, any sort of sunglasses that are going to fuck shit up and make our plan just pretty fucking pointless, right? Flashbang, get in there. Going in, yeah. Fucking shit up. Happy days. And we're going to get some free soda as well, yeah? Happy days. So that's the differences between the 3 different grenades. You need to consider the environment that you're in, what the enemy could potentially be wearing. Because let's be honest, if they're wearing body armor, are we going to chuck a stinger in? Up to you. Are they wearing gas masks? Are we going to chuck gas in if they're wearing gas masks? Technically called respirators, you know? Are they wearing glasses? Can you see them wearing visible glasses? Are we going to chuck a flashbang in for that? Because you can get anti-flash goggles. You know, things like that. Those are the things to consider when you're chucking in your different kind of grenades and you're considering what options you want to use. Happy with that? Good, let's move on. Alright, next what we're going to look at is different techniques on how to get through a door. Yeah, we've already cleared the whole fucking building, there's no need to worry. But there's some considerations we need to consider before we're going in through the door, right? First consideration, outside environment. Windows. We've got windows here, look. There's one that they can literally look through right there. Yeah? Can't see through that one, can't see through that one, can't see through that one. Could potentially see through the sides there, look. It's only a blind. Big fuck off windows on the doors. As soon as you get your guys to walk up, or you walk up yourself, and there's someone on the other side. Alright? So you need to walk up slowly and have a peek. Now there's different ways you can have a peek. You can do something called a pie, which is where you move and pie like so. It's called pieing this, which is where you look around the door. You're probably going to want to move a bit slower than that, yeah? You're going to want to do a nice slow pie, making sure that there's no threats that are going to take you out straight away. Now, you can do a pie through a peaked door like so, look. It's not the best, but you can kind of see what's going on, right?
I'm not saying shit. I ain't no rat.
I mean, everyone knows what the mirror is, yeah? It's a mirror. You go through, you have a look, you see what's abound, you check for bombs. Never just check for a bomb on the left-hand side and that's it. Look both sides, look up and look down. There's never going to be any traps at the top, but it's good practice. Alright, so always look up, look down, the other one, look up, look down. Yeah, happy days. You want to look for openings as well, right? Through the open door, you've got an opening there, an opening there, further, opening, an opening. How much cover has the enemy got? They've got fucking loads in here, look. They got loads. You got difficult to see through glass. Do you have armor-piercing rounds? So you can potentially shoot through it. Those are the things to consider when going into a building and going in through your doors, is how much cover they've got, how much cover you've got, and how are you going to go in. And what I mean by that is what grenade you're going to use. Now, we've already spoken about that, so I'm not going to talk about that too much. We've got a civilian right there. All right. Next, we got to stack up. You've got left, right, and split.
Let me see those hands.
Let's just get this guy sorted out. Right.
Great work, entry team. Keep it up.
And wait for Tok to stop talking shit. Okay, so things to consider, right? Stack up. Stack up on the left. Now, clearly, that means they're going to stack up on the left, right? On the right, and split.
Split and cover.
My favorite is a split. Okay, so the guys are going to walk up, left and right, nice and slow. They're going to stack up on the door, yeah? They're going to check the door. Thank you for that. Things to consider when going in. How are you going to breach it or open it? Are you going to kick it? Are you going to shotgun it? Are you going to blow it up with some C2? Are you going to ram it? Or are you going to do it as the leader? Or could you just open it and use a banger, a stinger, a gasser, or a launcher? Or just you decide. Those are the things to consider when walking in, right? You don't always want to get your team to do everything for you. If you're in commander mode, you're going to stress them out by doing that. Because you're just going to look lazy by making sure that they get in the firing line and not you. Don't stress out your team. Don't be a coward. Get in and do it yourself as well. You know what I mean? Other things to consider. You're going to go in single fire?
Can I have your word? I'll be fine.
Or full auto? I would always go in as best as I can with single, unless I'm mega pissed off. Mainly because that's more realistic, but also saves ammo, and it means that you're a better shot. Right? I'm not going to control the recoil. Yeah? Or... even when I try and do the old Call of Duty, hold the looky thing down to try and control the recoil, yeah? Takes too long. So just go in single fire, yeah? Single fire. Pow, pow. Happy with that? Good. Okay, so another consideration to have. If your team is going suppressor and you want your team to be quiet, that means you've got to lockpick doors. You can't breach doors. That means kicking, ramming, anything like that. You can't do that. You can't go in shouting, saying get down, get your hand, get on the ground and whatnot. Get on your knees, all this good shit, because everyone's going to hear it. I use suppressors because it means that I don't have to have it blasting in my ears the whole time. And it controls the recoil a little bit. Only a little bit, mind. Right? If you want to go quiet, that means no grenades, no ramming of doors, lockpicking every door nice and quietly, and walking in and pretty much just killing everything. Because the moment that people start screaming and shouting, everyone's alerted. So if you're using a suppressor for its intended purpose, and you're trying to go in stealthy, don't bother. Because it ain't going to work. Because I guarantee you'll slip up somewhere and tell someone to get on their knees. Alright, so being that this video is basically made for your old, your console gamers that have only just got this game, right?
Out there, I got nothing.
Should we shut this guy up? Let's shut this guy up quick. We're all Call of Duty people. Battlefield or Call of Duty, yeah? So we're going to be running in like... yeah, this game doesn't work like that. You don't have sprint, you walk, mate. Yeah, you got to chill out. Which means that when you guys go in, move in and clear.
Move in and clear it. Copy that.
They're going to go in.
Opening on the left.
And we need to go in as well, alright? Pick a side and stick with it. Move slowly and tactically, and that's just a cop moving the bodies now. So we're good. Alright, we need to move nice and slowly using cover to our advantage, yeah? Keeping an eye to windows, keeping an eye to open doors, get it closed so that we're covered. He's kicking around the fucking don't slip sign, yeah? Right, the room's nice and clear. Check our corners, check everything that could be a nice little hiding spot, yeah? Consider where they could be hiding, consider where they could be. Underneath tables, trust me, you want to be looking underneath things like that, alright? We got an open door here. Could we get them to cover it? Or close it? And we got another door here. Should we get it closed? Should we get them to wedge it if we've got a wedge? You know, if we think there's people in there and they're going to come out and start fucking us up, should we wedge it whilst we're searching for evidence here, or wait for that until afterwards, you know? Those are the different considerations you need to be making as to where you need to be moving. Alright? Nice and slow. Peeking, 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 peeking. When you move around a corner, yeah, say this is a wall. When you move around a corner, you're going to go half down, peek it, and then go around the corner. Or, you're going to go half down, nice and slow. You know, the old siege movements, like so. Because we don't want to get shot. You know, if we're walking through, alright, contact ahead, boom, bang, bang, we're having a bit of a firefight. That was a shit shot. Yeah? You don't want to be sat there just go doing slow peek like so and go...
Ready when you are, sir.
Mainly because we need to reload, yeah? You kind of want to move up, peek, move up, peek, move up, peek. Alright, contact. Happy with that? Because they can see us as much as we can see them. So use the cover to your advantage. See what I mean? Happy with that? Good. Glad you are. Right. Here's another open door. Right. We're halfway through the mission. We're getting stuff done. A few of our team have been hit. If we look on the bottom right, you can see that King, he's nice and healthy. He's not been hit. But yet Swan, yeah, he's been perforated a little bit. Don't worry about Prescott and Eli, alright? We'll leave them to it. So the considerations that we need to think about are, who's the best team to go through the door? We can get everyone to go through the door, that's great, but if you're anything like me, you like splitting the team up. I like to do an old pincer method, where you can get around the other side of the other doorway, if there is one, and sort of all go in together from two different things. It's dangerous if you did that in real life, because you got the chance to do a bit of blue on blue. However, inside the game, chances of that happening are very fucking slim. Right, so consideration is, okay, so blue team, which is King and Swan. I've got one injured Swan, and King who's healthy. I've got Prescott who's healthy, and Eli that are healthy. Does that mean that I want to send them in first? Because the chances of Swan getting hit and seriously injured, pretty fucking high. Or do I want to risk that Prescott could get injured or Eli could get injured? So blue team, red team, how have you got them set up? Have you got them set up in different kind of loadouts? Have you got red team have got shields or blue team have got shields? I have it that blue team is my entry team and red team's almost like my just normal attack team, you know? Usually setting one up with a marksman type rifle, which is basically just a Mark 17 with a bloody great scope. And then like his support, because I like to keep it half realistic. And then I like to keep my blue team is almost like, going in through doors. That's why they've got shields. They walk in, probably got a Magnum or something, because, you know, that's the hardest hitting pistol. And they're going to walk in like that. They're going to be my normal entry team. And then I've got an attack team, which is the red team. Does that make sense? Good. Glad it does. Happy days. Moving on. All right, we all know the cop shop. Yeah, this is the cop shop. This is where we start missions. This is where we go and get our coffee over there and whatnot. This is where we have a look through the detective bureau and see what they're fucking talking about. But more importantly, this is where we look at the loadout. Okay? This is where we look at our own loadout. I like to keep a respirator on mine. It looks like the British S10. If you know what that is, then happy days. Don't really give a fuck, to be honest. Right. Pistol, I like a 5.7. I'm not keen on the Magnum. I like the 5.7. It hits hard enough for me. It's got good penetration. Oi oi. And it's a nice pistol to look at. Happy days. Right. So, I've got my helmet on. People do run without helmets. You're weird, mate. You've got different types of NVG. You've got NVG. And you've got GP NVG. Look at the difference. NVGs gives you a circle to look through. Yeah? Or, if you go for GP NVGs, which is difficult to say when you're trying to record a video, you get a more wider range of vision. Alright, enough on that. Right. Anti-flash goggles. Yeah? You can get anti-flash goggles. Why is he looking down? Or you can have respirator, as I like to call it. Anti-flash goggles. If you're using flash grenades as your main, you're going to want anti-flash goggles. If you're using gas as a main, you're going to want a gas mask. I like the gas mask because I like using gas, and I think it looks kind of cool. Alright, green FOS and white FOS. FOS. Green gives you your box standard classic green NVG effect. And then you've got the white FOS, which is more of your modern style. It makes everything look white. It's actually easier to see things through white FOS than it is green. Green just makes me feel like I'm back in my old school times where I'm still wearing green and still fucking doing cool shit. Not sat behind a computer talking to people I don't know. Yeah? Cool. Happy days. Right. Now, the other things you need to consider are your team, right? So Alpha team, here they are, look. Here's Alpha with a shotgun. He's got his MP7. Charlie, he's got the SA-58. Got a nice hard-hitting rifle. Delta, he's got an MP7. I like to mix things up a bit, yeah? Now, he's got a shield on his back, which means that when he gets his shield out, he's going to be using his sidearm. He has to, he's forced. Which is why I've given him the Magnum. Those are things to consider. Yeah, you've got a slower rate of fire, but at the end of the day, these guys don't need rate of fire. These guys need accuracy and hitting the target with as much fucking stopping power as possible, which is why I give them a Magnum. Or a pepper ball grenade, but that's a different story. But the things you need to think about are, what are we wearing on our face? Because there's no point fucking two of them having a gas mask and two of them having anti-flash. Because if you send them all, if you send the whole gold team, which is everyone in at once, using a flash grenade, everyone who's wearing a gas mask is going to get fucking blinded. Alright? Dozy fucking move. So, consider what deployables they've got. So clearly, I'm a gas main on quick play. Therefore, they've got gas and nothing else. That's why he's wearing a gas mask. Right? They've all got exactly the same. No, you can see it all down there. I mean, these guys have got stingers and shit. It's because of the last playthrough I did it a little bit differently, right? Okay, so, right. He's got a fucking flashbang on him, which means if he chucks it in, we've got no chance in hell of seeing shit if we get hit by that flashbang. That's a different consideration we need to have, right? Happy days. Cool. Next consideration to have is what armor they're going to be wearing, right? So, heavy armor. This means you only have 11 slots of stuff that you need to put in your pocket. You've got coverage of front, back, and full. Steel, ceramic, or Kevlar. Now, Kevlar is a stab vest, effectively. It's not great. Steel is the best kind of armor, but just consider the fact that bullets can bounce off of steel and into your teammates, or civilians. Ceramic is not as good. They're lighter than steel, but it kind of soaks up the bullets a little bit better. It means it's not going to hit your teammates, but you could also get perforated a little bit easier, right? If you've got light armor on, you can't have full coverage. You know, you're not going to have it on your shoulders and shit, but you can have it front and back. I always like to run light armor because it's got 13 slots, front and back on steel. Because chances are, if I'm positioning my team in different areas of the map, ready to infiltrate into one room, all right, they're going to be over here. Blue team. Red team's going to be here, and I'm going to be coming in through this way, so we can give like a serious pinch on the enemy and hope to get as much combat effectiveness as possible, right? So that's why I'll run steel. There's no chance of my bullets really bouncing off, and they're probably going to be shooting at my team more than they're going to be shooting at me. Happy with that? Good. Right, other considerations are bullets. Okay? Bullets. AP stands for armor piercing. JHP, basically hollow point, right? Armor piercing is great because it shoots slightly through some cover. It's great against heavy armor and armored individuals. And also, it does give some tissue damage, meaning that if you shoot someone, they've got a chance to be like, all right, I'm sorry, and get on their hands and knees. Happy with that? Good. Right? Hollow point. It's great. It's not got good cover penetration. It's okay against armor. But if you start shooting flesh, the chances of them getting seriously hurt, pretty fucking high. Which is good. That's not bad if you're going in for kill shots all the time. Alright, going in for kill shots, happy days. Use hollow point. If you're not going to be shooting through fucking doors and stuff, definitely use hollow point. But armor piercing gives them the chance to get on their knees if needs to. You know, if you're on quick play and you're going in using armor piercing and you shout and get down on the ground as you're shooting them in the shoulder, alright, happy days. If you're in commander mode, which is a different story in a different video, then it's slightly different. Because you can have people on your team that have a speciality to be, you shoot someone or shoot near someone, the enemy's just going to be like, alright, I'm done, you're better shot than me, happy days, whatever. Arrest me, please, take me home, daddy. And all this good gay shit. Yeah, happy with that? Good. Sound. Right. Other considerations to have. Tactical device. Are you going to give them C2? Is that the way that you want to entry through doors? Do you want to blow the shit out of the door? Or do you want to have a lockpick gun? Now the thing is, a lockpick gun isn't your only way of lockpicking. You do have your multi-tool. It's just ever so slightly slower. Don't get me wrong. The lockpick gun, go up to a door and go click, click, is open. Or you can just be like, tick, 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 open. You're moving slow anyway. You only want to be moving nice and fast is if there's bombs. And there's usually 2 bombs inside the area if there's bombs that you need to take out. Alright? So you're either going to want to be booting the door down. And I mean like bombs as in like bombs that you need to disarm in the middle of the map. Not like bombs on doors, if that makes sense. Alright? Pepper spray. Do you want to be using pepper spray? It's not bad. It's a good thing to use to get people to get down on their knees. If they're refusing to cooperate and they're not getting down on their hands and knees, give them a quick 1-2 on their eyes. They're going to get down. Taser. If they're wearing armor, don't shoot the armor with a taser. All right. Another good tip is if you've got a taser and you go up, and for me it's hold circle. For Xbox it'll be hold B. Go up, whack them with the taser. That counts as a buzz. You know, you do electric them. You do go buzz buzz with them, and you don't use any ammunition when you do that. There's something to bear in mind. Right. Wedge. Wedges are worth taking in. If you need to wedge a door because you don't want to get flanked, use a wedge. They won't get through it. They're not going to kick down doors. They haven't got battering rams. You're the only fuckers with that. Just make sure that you take it out once you've cleared the area so you can use it again. Otherwise, there's no fucking point in doing it. You could take in a shit ton of wedges, and once you've cleared the rooms, wedge them shut. The enemy don't just stay in one place in this game. They're fluid, alright? They'll move around if needs to, which means that if you think you've cleared it, and it's a pretty big map, like the Post Center, that horrible map, you know, they can move in and go where you've just been and start fucking taking up shop in there again. Maybe you want to wedge it shut. It takes a lot of wedges to do that, though. But that's the different considerations to have. Alright, what grenades are they taking in? Are they taking a gas, flashbang, stinger? Alright, moving on to tactical stuff. Are they going to be taking in a device, the C2? Do you want them to be blowing up doors? Or would you want to go in a little bit more quietly and start doing lockpicks? In which case, take a lockpick gun. Alright, next. Pepper spray, taser. Do you want to take both? Do you want to take one or? I quite like taking both sometimes. If I'm going in for non-lethal, I'll take one pepper spray, one taser. Just in case I run out of ammunition, taser's pretty good to use as a backup. Or you can use your pepper spray. You know, pepper spray's pretty good. Spray him in the face, it's good fun. And then finally the wedge, as I've just explained, right? Cool. Right, moving on. Alright, weapons. This isn't Call of Duty, alright? Your AK-47's great on Call of Duty. Is it the best? Is it the worst? Let's use an M4. Whatever, you know? We've got so many different M4 lookalikes on here, it's unbelievable. So this is assault rifles, yeah? Alright, most of this is 5.56. But look at the G3, that's a 7.62. 5.56, you know, maybe that big. 7.62, maybe that big. Yeah? And then you've got 300 Blackout. Damn good round to be using. Hell of a good stopping power. Alright? You shoot someone with that, they fucking know about it. Equally, you hit someone with a 7.62, they fucking know about it. Right? Now currently, the SA-58 OSW is one of the best weapons to be using. As of now, it's one of the best weapons to be using. It's August in 2025, and this is the best fucking weapon you want to be using. One-shot headshots, sit them down with that, yeah? Shoot them in the shoulder, they're going to get on their hands and knees, because this weapon hurts. Alright, it's a 7.62. Looks a bit weird, right? It's great for recoil. You know, you stick on... You got things on your muzzle, you got a muzzle brake, you got a different kind of muzzle brake, and then you got your suppressor. Alright? I like using this muzzle brake, the SFMB brake, or I like using the suppressor. I never really bother with anything else on it. Right? You got your different underbarrel bollocks, yeah? And you got the TH grip and shit like that, yeah, whatever. That's pretty good. I do like that one. It looks kind of cool. It's a bit fat, mind. Alright? But you've got different attachments give you different pluses, alright? Increased ADS speed. Pretty good fucking ideal. But it only gives you horizontal recoil. Vertical grip. Reduced vertical recoil. It's kind of a good thing, especially with the 7.62. You want less vertical recoil with the 7.62. Combat grip. Yeah, not bad, but it only gives you horizontal. Side angle. Looks the coolest. Makes you feel all like, you know, special forces and shit, but it only gives you horizontal recoil. And then you got a good grip as well, which is reduced vertical and whatnot, yeah? Happy days, right, cool. Sights. I like the 510C. It's just one that I like. Almost like an EOTech, but this is more of an EOTech, you know, that... Or LOTech, sorry. Yeah, it's ideal. You got all sorts. You've got scopes. You've got holographics. You've got red dots. Lovely. No need to go into it. Whatever works for you, works for you. Happy days, right? Laser pointers. Now, bear in mind, if you use a PEC laser, that's infrared laser. You ain't going to see it unless you're wearing your goggles, right? Flashlight. It's a fucking flashlight. Do I need to go into any more detail? And then finally, the laser pointer. It's a girt red dot. That means you can see what you're fucking shooting at. Happy days. Do I need to go into any more depth? Didn't fucking think so either. Right, pistols. You got loads of different kinds of pistols. This TRPL is a pepper ball pistol. You want to go in non-lethal? Use that Badger. You want to hit them in the face fucking hard? Use a Magnum. You want something controllable? Use a 5.7. Alright, or anything else on here, which is whatever you want to use. I'm not a Beretta fan, but hey, whatever. Right. It's not just assault rifles we have. Alright? Submachine guns. You got them too. MP5 jobs. MP7 jobbies. All the other MPs you can think of. A P90, yeah. You've got everything else. TPL, that's pepper. Again, exactly the same as the pepper ball pistol. You've got that. On assault rifle, go all the way down to the bottom, the VPR 25. There's pepper balls as well. Right? All non-lethal. the pepper ball stuff. It's good for if you shoot someone or shoot at someone, you miss and hit next to them, it's going to explode into a ball of pepper. They're going to start coughing unless they're wearing a gas mask, all right? Things to bear in mind. Yeah, all different things. MP7's good. It's all right. It's not bad. It's got a 40-round magazine. That's probably why I like it so much. Happy days. Shotguns. All these shotguns go bang. All right, happy days. Bar this one. This is a beanbag shotgun. Now, beanbag shotgun is the best non-lethal. Unless you shoot them in the face. You shoot someone in the face with a beanbag shotgun, they're dead. Alright, unless they're wearing a gas mask or whatever, you're going to fucking kill them. So if you're going to start using beanbag shotguns, start practicing shooting at the chest or the legs. They start doing all this, they start flapping, it's fucking hilarious. And the best thing is you don't kill them and you get an S rank. Happy with that? Good. Sound. Right, launchers. This is just your grenade launchers apart from its flash or gas. You want to go non-lethal, use that. But, alright, cool, sound. But this is the best non-lethal. I like using the M1014 as the shotgun of my choice. You know, you can get your pump actions and whatnot, but I just prefer the 1014. Yeah, happy with that. Good. Right. Those are the weapons. Those are the different considerations to have. Different weapons can have different attachments. Not all of them can have all attachments. You know, if you scroll through, you can see it all on the right-hand side under attachments. All right. The M14S doesn't have all the attachments. Yeah, you can't put anything on the end of the muzzle. Same with the Lavar or the LVAR. You can't have anything on the end as a muzzle because it's got an integrated suppressor. All right, different things to consider, different things to worry about, and whatnot. All right, exactly the same with your SMGs. Yeah. Now you're not going to put anything on the end of a pepper ball launcher. It's not. You know, it's a paintball gun. You don't need all this vertical recoil shit. It has next to no recoil. Single shot, whatever is fine. You know, you don't need to worry about it. You're all fine. If you need recoil dampening stuff on a paintball gun, go play Fortnite. Right, outro shit now, and considerations. So that was a few pro tips for beginners on how to ready or not CQB tactics in game. Do not use them in real life. It won't fucking work. All right, this game is very simulation realistic, but there's also elements of it where it just wouldn't work. All right. CQB, you have a 70% chance that you're going to get fucking killed once you start doing CQB or Fibula or Obua. All right. So don't think that being that you can play ready or not, that you're going to be the next best CTFO, SWAT officer, and fucking special forces. Don't be one of those fucking twats that turns around and says, I'm good at Call of Duty, therefore I'm going to be good in the military, because you get bullied once you get into the military, yeah? Happy days, good. And I have no fucking qualms in saying that, either. You start turning around and you're saying I'm good at the games, which means I'm going to be good in real life, come to my stream and say that. I will enjoy bullying you, okay? I mean, I'm counter-bullying. I'm anti-bullying. Start saying shit like that, you're on the same sort of like wavelength as a flat earther now. So fucking go and get fucked, mate. Happy days. Right, carrying on. We've spoken about considerations of moving into different doorways and different rooms. The considerations of what they could be wearing. The bad guys, are they wearing gas masks? Are they wearing armor? Do they have a bomb vest? Is something I didn't talk about. All right, considerations. And we've spoken about other things, right? If you want to know anything else, then please do let me know in the comment section. I'm more than happy to do a video on it. Absolutely anything to do with ready or not, how to do anything, let me know and we'll talk about it. We'll do a video about it. Anyway, I stream every Tuesday and Thursday over on Twitch, UK time 12 till 5. And that's in the daytime because that's when I'm not working and that's when stream day is, all right? Groovy, stream day. Come and visit me on Twitch. I sometimes stream on TikTok, but TikTok streaming's kind of pointless. It's great for getting your name out there, but that's it, all right? Every bit of money that I make online, be it YouTube, Twitch, or TikTok, is going towards getting myself a gaming PC. After that, I'm going to be starting to look at doing more things for charity. I do charity streams, all right? But then different bits of money that I'll make whilst online will then be given to other charities as well as different things that I want to do myself, all right? I'm not just doing this to get by. I do have a part-time job. I'm not one of those streamers that's going to be absolutely begging you for gifts and bits, all right? Hopefully I'll see you there. If not, then I hope you have a great rest of your day. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and come and visit me on Twitch. Anyway, fuck off. Goodbye. Bye.